Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream, or episode of HBMs NTM. And today, I'm just getting everything ready in the background. Just gonna be a second, because I just realized I have to check something. In the meantime, I should actually open it up, so it's the world is open. Open. Is it in this one? Oh, okay, that's good. Select stream. Nobody better join before I'm ready. But I had 4 notifications this morning. I have to check those. For important stuff. I mean, it looks like I'm at. But it looks like all my shares or all my orders went through. Noise. Okay, so 250. Not a 500. So that left me with like 700. Or that left me like, yeah, it did leave me with like 700 in there to put into investing into other things. So that's pretty good. Doing some accounting. Okay, I'm back to it. In the last episode, we left off with Xernox reactors to make Sherbidium, which is a weird thing that I had no idea about. But we need to clear some space so we can put in some of these. We need another one of those, and then we're going to be on our way. We also have to go grab some more stuff from up top, which has all of my... Well, that plant has the cooling barrel. We need that. If we need a cooling barrel, we're just gonna go steal that shit from our previous setup. So don't worry. Typical stuff right here. And also nitric acid. But I think we might also start with that. That's a pretty good, valid option to start with. Because it's used in pretty much everything. And, well, we do have a setup for that. That is infinite. So the way that works is you have a chem plant, a distillation setup, and a bunch of other stuff that pulls air, takes nitrogen from the air, since the air is like 70% nitrogen. So we're gonna go grab the thing. I mean, to be fair, you aren't using it up there. Yeah, it's just sitting here. Quite literally, everything up here just sits here and does nothing. So, we're going to grab what we can and bring it back. Cooling drum. Grab that, bring it back. This sheep here. Gonna rip it in half. And you guys probably will be wondering, why is there no animals anywhere? Don't wonder that. Don't wonder that question no more. Answer's simple. Because I got them all. That also means I can tear out this nitric acid pipe. And grab all this stuff. This will all be crucial, or critical for today. That's like the shittiest. It's not even fucking vein miner, bro. Come on. Get good at vein mining at veinmining.com. Learn to vein mine in under 24 hours. It's great. I don't even know if we even are gonna need this setup anymore. This place already produced its fill. I can't wait to go to class today because just like in college, I have classes, even though it's for work. This is a very amazing thing. But it's a good class at least. See, in college, the classes you learn aren't the cool classes, okay? The cool classes, you gotta get those at the military. Well, I would say like 1% of classes are cool. But anyway, I didn't notice this last time. I forgot one step. I forgot one important step, guys. I have to post the fucking link in the Discord. People, please watch. Nerd emoji. Okay, there we go. Problem solved, gated. And then maximum vein miner. Veinminer.com. If you want to hire me for voice acting, it will cost you, I don't know yet. I haven't decided on the price, but I'm hireable for voice acting. Send me a script and I can audition, please. Why is it so empty in here? Yeah, I'm not responsible for building this. This is not my doing. So if it's empty to you, then that's not my fault. However, this is, it's not even finished yet. But, like, so a lot of the piping for this actually goes through the top. And it runs in tandem with the oil setup, which is weird. It's weird because it does stuff that you don't expect a fusion reactor to need to do. But essentially, we have to have this thing running to power the oil setup. And then it's taking in perfluoromethyl. What is this? Cold perfluoromethyl? I mean, I suppose that makes sense. But a lot of the piping's on the roof. What the fuck is this? Is this oil? This better not be fucking oil. Because I have to complain if it's fucking oil. I gotta gripe about oil. Okay, let's see. Is it oil? Or is it... Huh? What the fuck is this? Why the pipe black? That's the question. Why the pipe black? I don't know. What? So this thing doesn't AoE? Give me the flat AoE. Gotta find new business opportunities everywhere you go so you can make billions of dollars. See, I think my next business opportunity could be probably Uber, so I can sell people rides. Absolutely the most diabolical and most capitalist idea of all time. Of course, it makes sense. I wouldn't. That makes sense. Okay, taxis. I don't know any place that doesn't have taxis. So it's a logical business. No cobblestone on my line. Get that shit out of here. Get out of here. I haven't even drinking any energy drinks yet, or anything. I don't even drink energy drinks anymore. I quit. No cobblestone whatsoever at all. I feel like coffee could taste better, and it could do that. Was that a cave noise? Because I didn't even hear it all the way. They could have been space aliens for all I know. Just too busy making some fucking weird noises. My brain was entering dial-up internet phase number 62. Because apparently my brain works like that. It's 2 a.m. for you. Congratulations, it's 3 a.m. for me. Actually might be an interesting thing to look at. Is the time that people are on. Because, like... So, like, most of my audience is actually... Because of the time I stream at, most of my audience is from Europe. From, like, Eastern Europe. So, like... When it comes to, like, your time zone for, like, when you make videos and stuff... I mean, this is just, like, just regular knowledge, but, like, it controls who your audience is, technically, because, obviously, if you're, so, like, there's definitely a good time to post videos if you want your audience to be in the United States, and I would say that 90% of people, they sleep in, so, like, you'd have to figure out, okay, if I post it at 10, or if I start streaming at 10, then I'll have every audience on. But most people don't get up and... Maybe a lot of people get up by 10. But some people are up later. Which is, I'm running back and forth because I'm still trying to calculate what I'm supposed to be doing. We need to go to the Xernox reactor and grab that shit. There we go. Mission statement. Mission statement. Where's the thing hiding? It'd be cool if I could hook both my looking around and my walking to the same keys. Is there a progression guide for HBM? Okay, so just try to make the anvils, right? If you don't know how to progress, try making better anvils, because that's how you'll progress. You'll go, oh, okay, I can't make dash right now. How do I make dash? Okay, I don't know how to make ferruranium right now. How do I make that? So when you look at your anvils, right? Like, this is my best tip for progression. If you don't know what you're doing, look at your anvils. You got your iron one. That's like your first one you'll get. Then you got your steel one. Then you'll be like, okay. And if you don't think there's a point in upgrading, then you should look at the anvil recipes for the plate and go, okay, well, I need the plate. How do I make the anvil for that? Because it's better to make it in the anvil than to make it any other way. I'm just saying. Because you can make the plate. You start getting the plate at this. Dash. And then, yeah, you work your way up. So dash. Ferruranium. Apparently Saturnite. I've never even seen the Saturnite one. I could make that right now, probably. We'll see if I have enough Saturnite. I actually might not. There should be some over here. No. Okay, never mind. Well, we came, we saw, we didn't do. But that's okay. But yeah, just making better anvils, because they make better stuff with each one. You can go up to wires, and then so on and so forth. Like, tier 3 is wires, tier 4, or no, tier 3 is plates, tier 4 is wires. And that's all you need, really. But the higher you go, the more they do. I've lost track of where my nuclear disassembly setup is. Spontaneous nuclear disassembly setup. I also need a couple of these. Well, not cables, but... You guys... Oh, there's a fucking sorter hiding. Sorter in hiding. Wonderful. Wonderful. Splendid. Now I'll be with you in just one moment, please. Making some quoting that one guy who's super annoying from the. He always shows up, and you always have to wait for him. That's stupid. Unless you have mods installed on your Fallout 4 game, you're always gonna have that one idiot that shows up at your door. It's fucking splendid. Now I'll take these to Voltac for you. It's fucking stupid. Delete that man, Todd. Delete him from existence. I could see that guy being like extended warranties salesman. But he's selling warranties into the nuclear apocalypse, so that's pretty great. Ah. What do I do for this section? Well. Yes, technically, I will need another spent fuel drum, too. I love this game, but it's okay, it's okay. I just kind of have to figure out what the heck I'm doing with this, because, this section's gonna be weird because I need a tank. Well, that isn't a good business venture. Selling, but it's a good joke, though. I mean, selling into an apocalypse. Hello there, ma'am. Your extended warranty has sold out. Or has expired. Please. If you'd buy our new warranty package for a low price of $72,000. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a clone for that guy, so, people say I am like, I speak like, what is his name? People have compared my voice to Peter Griffin from Family Guy. That's the only reason that I even know what the heck that is. Because I don't even... See, if you're looking for somebody who's so disconnected from the world, just look at me. I'm the most disconnected guy. I don't even watch TV. The only thing I watch is like... Or have watched. Because I don't watch it actively. And don't even have a TV. 10K bottle caps for life insurance. Well, that'd be, maybe. Yeah, people have said Peter Griffin, like. But that was way back when. So, like, that was when I was younger. I guess I sounded like that guy. And then people sometimes pop in my comment section and go, Technobleed! Technobleed! And I'm like, what? Yeah, well, that was a while ago. Like sometimes it comes through, but not really. Think nowadays I've developed much greater range of voice. Of course, that's gonna become a thing that people can't even sell anymore. Is like voice acting. That's great because of AI. It's okay. There might be an AI revolution, but there also could be a voice actor revolution where they rebel against the AI, the machine. Yeah, people say that shit. It's like, I don't even see the resemblance. Maybe to some people, like their ears don't work. Maybe their ears are just different. Maybe that's it. It's like your eyes, right? Like, you don't know what colors the other person sees. Like, I could see green, and you could say red. Like, you could see red and say, oh, look at this, it's red. But then I could be seeing what you see as green as red. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's like ears are like that. But I don't claim to sound like anybody, and I don't really want to be a likeness for somebody, because then that would be stupid. So that kind of bothers me that people would compare me to those people. Not that it's bad to be like those people. It's just, well, maybe Peter Griffin. I don't know who the heck that even, like, as far as his character is. I mean, people like the character, so, I mean, he can't be doing some dumb stuff. So, that's okay. Now I have to fill in the roof with something that doesn't fall because I dug too high. This is great. I think all I need is fill in these couple blocks. These select blocks. Yep, filled it in. That's good. Oh, shit. No, it isn't. This is good. Man, he doesn't in fact do dumb stuff. That is fair. That is fair. I do a lot of dumb stuff too. I do random stuff. Like, if you all are like, oh hey, do you act this way in real life? I think like 90% of the time, like I do some random shit. That's what people were telling me, like, oh, you do random shit. I'm like, oh, okay. So people told me they like me because I do random shit. Or like say random shit. Like, so like any random shit I might say, I would say the exact same shit in reality. If anybody is curious. I'm gonna have to say I like this better than this and this. Get the fuck out of here, yellow concrete. You're about to be replaced with some fucking limestone. Limestone beats yellow concrete right now. This is a turn of the century moment here in the environment. Yes, this is the environment. It's not got any other names, okay? This is the environment. It's hazardous, okay? Don't worry. Gordon is a highly trained professional. He doesn't need to hear this. Vein miner 7. And that section is gonna get filled in first. You know, Amogus. 2021, guys. I'm still living in 2021. Live like it's 2021, guys. Wear a mask. Shit. Yeah. You gotta be unpredictable. If you're unpredictable, that's what people like. I don't know, people just like me. That's I don't really know why people like me. They just do. I'm a pretty good guy, I think. I think I sell myself as a pretty good guy. But also, I don't know if this is yellow enough for my color scheme. This is too dark green. It's like a greenish color. Fuck. I don't want to change it again, but it's not the back rooms if or I mean the environment if it isn't yellow. Come on, this is... I could just put in a yellow carpet on top. Okay, that's a good fucking have to make a yellow carpet now. That's gonna suck. Don't worry. I could use blocks of fallout for the floor and then just cover it up with some radioactive generators, radiation generators. Sometimes I hear a sound and I don't know what the heck the sound is, but sometimes it's not great. Yeah, so we will need to get enough yellow carpets for the flooring to cover up the whole flooring. OSHA does not approve of what? Of the yellow concrete? What, of the carpet? The carpet? Yeah, I don't know if the carpet's gonna work, but we're gonna try to cover everything in a carpet. And then, of course, this is where my... You know, I don't really care what government agencies say about things. I don't really care. Like, it doesn't matter. You see, I don't listen to them. I just kind of go and do my own thing. And then as long as our own things don't interfere, you don't get in trouble. So, and then, of course, I don't know. They probably do watch me because there's always one guy in the streams. Well, there's... See, even when I didn't have people who I play with in the streams, who are just in the world too with me, then, like, see, once I got that, I had 2 people. But even before that, even when I was just playing alone, there was always one person watching at all times. So I figure that guy's probably watching me and surveilling me or something. But of course, I also think that if they were to do that, then they also happen to have the technology to not be able to be detected. So I figure that one guy watching me at all times is probably Brother YouTube. And then, well, yeah. Because it spills nitric acid and then you have nitrocellulose. Ooh! Nitrocellulose. Everybody's favorite explosive compound. Except not really. I don't think anybody has that kind of favorite. I think most people would agree and say TNT is their favorite. We're all gonna come together as a community and agree upon the fact that TNT is your favorite explosive. Except not for us, because we like the, Actually, this is a good question. What is your favorite HBM explosive? For me, I like the custom nuke. Or, actually, like C4. C4, you don't really think it's gonna be good. But back in the day, it used to be like the bomb, if you know what I mean. This shit was awesome. You go to your friend's base, place in like 10 of those, and he'd have to scramble to take that shit out. Your personal CIA agent? Yeah, he probably exists, but, like, you see... Like, some of the shit I say is, like, kind of too off the walls. But... I'm pretty sure that he definitely does exist. And he exists in a... Probably not on the statistics, but... I mean, could potentially. But I think they surveil, like, super secretly, so... Don't ask how I would know such information. I just happen to have that. And of course, I'm not very great at lying, so... Or making bluffs. Although that's literally what I do every day. I just play strategy every day. Yes, well, how am I gonna play this move? Boom. Every move of my life. Playing that strategy game right there. Then, oh, hey, it does need a back wall, technically. Trainee or something, I don't know. I have no associations or affiliations with any government agency of any kind or sort. And, actually, that kind of isn't true, though. I might have to take that one back. But I'm not affiliated with any surveillance agency of any kind or sort, or law enforcement agency. course. I just have good knowledge of things. And a lot of wisdom to draw from, so that's great. Because in reality, everything is the dumbest shit of all time. And you just have to know what shit makes sense and what doesn't. And the only way you get to that point is by rubbing your brain cells together and learning some shit. Now I need to go steal some water. Also, something I've noticed is that you seem to constantly fall into pits. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. Or go through that door, which I don't intend to do that. I also can't really escape from that door. We're gonna have to dig really deep for this one, but we need to install something in the floor in that fusion reactor building in the next episode, but we can save that for then. I need to pull up chud.png for that. So I had a brainwave right there. We're gonna build chud in the floor. So that way I can just use glass blocks and... Okay, maybe not in the yellow room, but we do need to build something somewhere because without building another one of those faces somewhere, then it's just... I feel like the joke's kind of gotten old with that one, so we need to create a new one. Chud Mountain. Mount Chudmore. Fucking God. No. That's a fucking insane... Right here. I don't know how you get the 3D, the depth. 3 dimensions of it. You take 3D glasses and put them on and say, oh, well, I know my 3D shaping. Oh, I just destroyed the waterfall that's been there since probably the start of the game. Make a giant one above your base. So you just look up in the sky and you just see that shit. That's not a bad idea, honestly. I'm not sure why I haven't thought of that one. There will come a point in time when this world is available for public download and access, which will be an exciting day for some people. Not for me though, because I have to upload it. Then I usually just go, I need to do it next week. Sounds like a next week thing, guys. That's what I do. I in my head I go, I'm gonna do it next week. Brains. Okay, so now we have a conundrum. You're probably wondering what this conundrum may be. But don't worry. At all. You can trust that there is no problems gonna happen here. I mean, we do have the materials for a soy jack, too. We have meteorite and we have marble. And diorite. So technically we could do multiple shades of white. Ooh! Everybody loves that one. That's wrong. Okay, so somebody explain to me why this is backwards. This is absolutely backwards. Okay, go to here. Put this shit in the box. Get it out of my inventory. Give me this. And of course, I am out of bricks. Ah, so you can't open this box when you're holding the chisel. I don't know in what reality that makes any kind of sense, but apparently it does in chisel reality, where everything is all chiseled. But also, calm down, man. These jokes aren't even funny. Oh, we could do some detailing? Detailing? What do you mean by detailing? Also, the calm down thing was for myself, because that shit was not funny. I don't know what I said earlier, but this shit was not funny. I don't know what your detailing's about, but hey. Unless you're talking about car detailing. I didn't even know what the heck car detailing meant until, like, the 2025s. Somebody told me about that. It's where you clean people's cars. That's not how that's gonna go. See, this needs to go to the wonderful place of limestone pillar. Right about here. Where it takes a 90 degree curveball right into that hole. How did the curveball become 90 degrees? I have no clue. But somehow that guy must have been an insane pitcher to actually achieve a 90-degree curveball. Or he really liked geometry. But either way, it doesn't matter. Because they still lost the game. So, sucks to suck, nerd. Ha ha ha. LMAO, XDDD. And that should be my first part of this. The second part of this will become very apparent when I have to tear down this brick wall. Fuck you, brick wall. You looked at me wrong. And there we go. We've said the magic words. We're tearing down this brick wall right here. And then we're going to install a new wall. Made with more bricks, probably. More bricks and less drama. Yeah. Detailing. Unless you mean like actual details. We need to install a so here. Let's make this super simple for everybody who wants something super duper simple. It's an ejector right there, right? So if I have an ejector there, I'm gonna do a switcheroo. Gonna do this. The greatest wall, perhaps? I don't know if I can make the wall jokes, but I really would like to make some wall jokes. What's up? Oh, what's that one joke about, like 6'7" or something? That's like the new thing, right? Everybody's like, oh well, like all of the kids nowadays say like 6'7" or something, and I feel like that I'm not gonna say that because that sounds like something stupid. But anyway. Oh yeah, I need to look at my sales projections. I wonder what my sales projections are. How old am I? I'm about to be 20. I'm about to be fucking 20. Holy shit. This is a moment of all time right here. I needed to check in my studio though what my sales are. Details. 200. Thank you. For 69.10. Got 200 return on investment. Perfect. This is good. Getting those views up there. Now I'm gonna go back to my stream. Don't you start with 6'7"? I don't even, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why we're not doing that. My audience doesn't like that shit. My audience is the type of people who like MP3 players, okay? Like, I like MP3 players. And camcorders. And things that are old. Also CRT TVs. Wait, I got a question. I've been watching a lot of vids on your stream. Are you in the military or, like, what's your job? Yeah. That's the answer. Yeah. but it's all you need to know, because I don't really need to talk about it. I tend to keep that information kind of, nowadays, a lot more. I don't really talk about that. So, but yes, for all intensive purposes, all you need to know is yes. Job, what I do, also yes. Just, you can literally learn that, but just by the knowledge, I've sometimes said. Like if I'm talking about machine gun, then it's pretty obvious that my job involves machine guns, and you can draw from there. But I'm trying to switch over to another job, because let's just say that choosing the easiest job to get into with the lowest threshold to get in is very, very stupid. So, if you're trying to do something like that for a career, it is a very ludicrous profession for people who don't have a life, basically. Yes, for like people with no spouse, no other things going on in their life, like literally 18-year-olds. It is a very ludicrous profession. Do not like clean them. You do not like to clean them. Yeah, I fucking hate cleaning that shit. Try cleaning a machine gun spotless. That is the dumbest thing of all time. Like, there is places on those things, and you have to know all of the places. Which I did learn all of the places, but the thing is that I just suck at cleaning it, so like... Or here's the better words, right? I don't want to put in the effort to clean it, you know? It's not that I suck at it, it's that I don't want to put in the effort. That's what people would say. Like, if you were to be like, oh, well, I just suck at cleaning this shit. They'd be like, no, you just don't want to put in the effort to clean it, you know? Which is technically probably also the reason why. But at the same time, is not, if I put in the effort, it's going to take me 3 hours to clean that shit. And nobody wants to be there for 3 extra hours. So, like, the deal. What is that? Don't blame him. I'm sure that it is very tedious. You got so many small cracks in it, though. And people will have names for the different areas and things. Like, they'll be like, the clean out, or like, or the spot is the Pandora's box, which is like a little slip of metal that you have to pull out. And then that's where a lot of the carbon stuff builds up. Fish, do you have more bakelite for the AKs? I actually haven't checked how much bakelite I have. Now that I think about it, we probably have an entire box by this point. Unless it didn't fully produce an entire box. But we should be producing a lot of it. Because we have 2 chem plants dedicated to the production of bakelite. So, as far as production goes, that should be going through very quickly. We should be looking at a high throughput on that. High-paced, high-tempo bakelite production on that, you know? I like that word, tempo. That's actually that's a pretty good word. So whoever told me the word tempo, I'm going to steal that from now on. I'm Mozart. I have a high tempo for my nuclear fuel facility. I think some of these blocks are not like the others. Some of these blocks are white. Compared to this one. Shit. We need to shut up with those jokes. Those are going to push away all the sponsorship opportunities that don't exist yet, but will in the future. So, and why do I need the... Okay, so, for anybody who might have not heard, the reason I need sponsorship opportunities is to make a server that I can use for any variety of purposes that I see fit. In other words, I just want to have a lot of power for processing. And so I think that's a pretty noble goal. And also want to be able to outsource that processing. Xernox. And technically this is the fusion reactor plant. and it's got Xernox in it. So if you're wondering why there's a Xernox in the fusion reactor, don't wonder no more, because it makes complete and total sense. Well, this is gonna basically one part of the plant makes sherbitic acid, so we can recycle plutonium. Yes, devious activities. Well, okay, I'm planning to build 4 servers, technically. 2, maybe 3 could be 24/7 hosted Minecraft servers for like HBM mod and stuff with different rules. Like one could be like the Anarchy server, and one could be the play with your friends and don't blow everybody up server, and then the other server could be GTNH, because people like to play GTNH together, and I do have an audience that does enjoy GTNH. And I actually really need to expand back out to the Gregic audience, you know what I mean? That's a big audience that I need to be exploiting for cash at this point. Need to really dig deep there, because I can really pull back the Gregic audience. I get like hundreds of views on the Supersymmetry videos. All I have to do is go into Supersymmetry's Discord and post them. So that's just a pointer for anybody. If you can come up with if you have a great personality that can make great videos, just go to making Supersymmetry videos. You can definitely beat me right now, because I am not producing any of those for a while. I haven't been producing them for a while, but I was. You should buy a server for a few months. There ain't much NTM servers. Well, yeah, but I could just build one. I want to build one. That's what I want to do. It's been regaining a bit of popularity, I've seen. Yeah. I mean, it's a future project, okay? I mean, also I have never played New Horizons, right? Like, so we could technically have all 4 of them be dedicated to Minecraft, and I could have one for Supersymmetry, one for Tech New Horizons, one for all of the different things we could want to play. But I might also just have that extra server dedicated to being a website hosting server for and other nefarious purposes. It's kind of like my Jack of all trades and then Master of none server. That would be the idea. That one, the plan is just to use it for any kind of project that needs a lot of processing power and might be nefarious. And then also, which that includes decoding things, decrypting things, and other tasks that are pretty cool to do, but not really necessarily, or well, are kind of questionable. Certain people would question me if they were like, oh, well, what are you gonna do with this much processing power? I feel like that's a thing. I feel like that should be a thing. Like, it should be the same way as if you go to Home Depot and buy like 10 crates of weed killer. Like, they should be like, so what are you planning to do with your GPUs? Why do you need so many of these? Because I'm running an AI company. Bit mining company, you know what I mean? But bit mining company? Bitcoin? I mean, having a home server sounds crazy, but it is a rather efficient idea. Yeah, and I don't even pay for power, so like I can just collect it for free. Free energy, then I can dispose of my free energy inside of a machine that gets rid of free energy. Jesus. Now this is off center and it's really pissing me off, so I'm gonna fix this right now. I'm fucking gonna fix this right now by just shifting everything a little bit. Oops. My bad. Don't worry, guys. It was intentional. I like this better than whatever the heck that shape was. But yeah, home server would be awesome. But I also need to have internet capable of handling 4 servers. That is a logistical problem, nightmare in and of itself. I can also host my own email, which is also something I've heard, is that I can host an email if I have my own server, because then I can just run it 24/7. So technically, yeah, hosting an email. Yeah, just put a fucking hole in the wall like it's normal. I'm not fixing this, but you know who will? The person who's building that. So don't worry. We don't have to worry about it. It's not our problem. Look, if it ain't our area of responsibility, aka making sure this wall looks nice, we won't be taking care of that. Somebody else's problem, okay? Let's just get the heck out of here. That's the mentality you need if you want to survive my job on the day-to-day. Let's get the heck out of here. That's what it started out as, but this is more of a team now. It's Team Fish here, bringing you the greatest HBM NTM videos. NVIDIA. I want a computer mod. That'd be what I want. Computer mod, perfect. Or a computer circuit building mod with real diagrams. You just build logic circuits the entire time. I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do for the floor here, because obviously the floor is going to be absolutely cancerous if I can't figure out what I'm doing there. I need to find some more stuff to use for the floor. That's what I need to do. I need to set this thing to vein miner 7. We're going to go jump in a hole, okay, because that's found it. Fucking found that shit. Look at that, 64 more for the floor. That's more concrete than we have. Oh yeah, you guys want to hear about my investments lately? I've moved $2,000 into my investments. There are computer mods, but they aren't very in-depth and focus more on the computer itself, not of crafting it. Yeah. So far, my favorite mod that I've been working with is redpower. It's like, so I have a background in kind of redstone. I've also got some background in computer engineering. I actually tried building one. From, like, optocouplers and stuff. I got one half adder, and I was like, oh shit. Because I fucking suck as an electrical engineer. But, yeah, I kind of know what I'm doing. At least I thought I did back in the day. And then I've completely revolutionized my system to where I actually have the possibility to put in a control unit. This will be like the one I'm working on right now is the first one, and it's kind of hard to understand because the one I've been working on is the first generation of my computers that actually has a control unit that's going to be able to program and like edit code and stuff, and it's gonna be able to manipulate data, which is like the entire point of it. I could pull it up on the stream, but I'm actually I'll hold on. Let me get the thing set up so I don't just show off how many billions of tabs open, not because of my stupid ADHD that might exist. I don't know if it does. Nobody's told me, so pull this up and then instructions. Look at this. I mean, it's not done, but so I run 6 bits in the computer system. I just have to keep going down. I don't really know what to do for more things. Because I see, every time I go, okay, we're going to write out a code for how to do x plus 2. And then I go, writing out x plus 2, we go from machine code to the other thing. I actually have that in a section over here. Scroll up a little bit. Oh, here we go. So, like, when I first came up with what x minus 2 would look like in machine code, I'd said, so x is a register. And then pretty much wrote this out, where this is direct load alpha, and then does 00010, and then put in all my other stuff. This will be a video at some point. I just haven't gotten that far. I do have some videos coming out about that though. So pretty neat. So that's like literally machine code right there. That is brain pain. Because, like, I haven't worked on it because every time I go and say, oh, I'm going to work on it, I just can't even focus. I can't even think half the time, let alone put all that stuff together. So I'm just like, oh, shit. Well, I'm just going to not do anything on it tonight. Lately, I haven't been working on it. So, but I have thought about working on it. I just was like, it's not even worth it. That doesn't count. It doesn't count if you think about working on it. Because you're still not making progress on it. I think these should be a different color. I think these should be the other one. Okay. So yeah, with those thinking is too much work. Yeah, it's... I think my brain just gets overloaded, especially lately because I've had a class about... Which is pretty dry. Well, it's dry, like, parts of it are dry, and then parts of it are like, oh yeah, here's stuff you need to know. Which isn't that dry, it's kind of nerd stuff. But just learning about different types of rules about flying things. Yeah. Flying different aircraft and stuff. And it's like... Why? Why so many rules for something that when I actually go to use it, I'm not even gonna like follow half of these, because then it's the Wild West. I also think rules are stupid, and some rules, 90% of rules are just made up because of some dumb thing somebody did a long time ago, which is probably makes them irrelevant now. So I typically avoid following rules or even knowing rules, so that's actually great. So we need to know, okay, when this takes in fuel, it's gonna go, oh wait, no, it's gonna go, and it's gonna go through here, and it's gonna go up to here, and then it's gonna get, ooh, uranium, uranium. It's gonna put uranium into this shit. Plain go burr, ignore the rules. It's more for, like, drones, but it's only one specific type of drone because the rules don't apply to FPV drones, which are, like, the new thing. So, like, I mean, it's more fun than any of the other shit, I'll admit. Like, you see, if I had to recommend something to get into, the best investment is literally for... Just go for the drone operator one, okay? Anything drone related, yeah, you're gonna have to learn a lot of rules and shit, but if you have the scores and everything to go for drones, for anybody who would be doing that, go for the drones because you're gonna have the less bullshit. But that's what it's all about, okay? See, some people will sell you on, oh, something you think is cool, but if I was to be the guy to sell your soul to the military, I'm going to be the type who will sell your soul to the military and get you the best outcome because I know exactly what kind of dumb shit goes on. So, I'm just saying, anything with drones, you probably aren't going to be having a hard time. Except you just need to know the rules and make sure that you stay up with that stuff. Of course, a lot of people say human resources is good, but I haven't seen what they're up to. My father gets $1 a minute for drone teaching for the military. I don't know about how that would work. I don't think that's... Maybe? I have no idea. Because it's a salary. Typically. It's a salary. Unless you're a civilian instructor, maybe it would be different. I don't know. Unless he's a civilian instructor. I couldn't see how $1 a minute is, but like I'm just gonna say that the job is ludicrous, but you have to choose a job that's not going to be terrible, both for your health and just terrible in general. So that's like my recommendations. And I'm gonna stop recommending things because I don't really recommend. Well, okay, I recommend to the demographic of young people who are like, oh, I don't know what to do and don't really have. Well, there's two demographics, maybe. Taught you a lot about HBM. It's good. Good to hear. I like to teach people a lot. But there's two demographics I would recommend. So people who don't really know what they're doing with life and are probably going to get themselves into trouble. So troublemakers, because it's supposed to bring order to your life, but really, I don't know. I don't really know. That's the Marine Corps. That'd be the best way to get rid of all of the. That'd put a lot of discipline into your life, if you fall into that demographic. And then the other demographic is people who don't really have any responsibilities, who are looking to make lots of money. Now, for those people, recommendation is to find a job where you don't have to do much stuff and you get off early. Because the longer you're there, the more you're gonna hate it, okay? Because it gets dumb, okay? So avoid anything that's got a low bar for entry. Basically, infantry, tanks, any of the combat jobs, avoid that. Because you want to become what they call Pogue, which is essentially you don't do any combat. And also, it gets you out of dumb stuff. I mean, yeah, you'll still be doing some stuff, like going out to the field and stuff like that, but there's some jobs like fueler and stuff that people say are good. I don't know about the fueler. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to be a fueler. Okay, I'm just saying. Anything with vehicles, stay away from that. Vehicles, bad. Vehicles, bad. Because you go with vehicles and then you have to be doing so much maintenance on them. Drones, you need to be technically apt for that too. Like if you try to go for FPV, that'd be terrible. Man, I got my mind thinking on the wrong tracks, and nobody's gonna want to hear this shit. But it is advice to make billions of dollars. Trust me, it will make you billions of dollars if you let it. If you do 20 years, you'll probably make $1 billion in 20 years. Well, it definitely doesn't make you billions of dollars. But if you're smart with your finances, like I am, then you could definitely save up lots and lots and lots of money. Also, remember to pay your taxes too. That's something else that's coming up. Taxes. I am going to have the most annoying taxes to pay. And I also haven't done any donations to anybody, which I need to do that. Like, I think people would like me to do donations, and like, I really need to find something that's not super. Like there's a lot of places you can donate to. Just double checked. He works with Pinnacle. Oh, okay. I really. Is it a salary? I don't know. Because if you're making $1 per minute, that's a minutely job. that's insane. But hey, it's cool. It's pretty neat. I wish my dad made that much money. Or whoever you said. Yeah, your dad. I wish my father made that much money. Then I would probably be super rich. And wouldn't have grown up in the hood. Literally where I grew up, my childhood was in the hood. Except, well, I don't know. I feel like when you say the hood, then people are like, no, it wasn't that hard. And it really wasn't. You just kind of get into the pattern of it, you know? It's bi-weekly pay, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's how mine is. paid bi-weekly. And ever since Trump's gotten into office, you get paid more. So I'm just saying, I mean, I'm kind of biased towards him paying me, but at the same time, I don't really know. Sometimes I question what the heck is going on with that, but I'm also not going to say that I question it. I mean, if he told me to do something, I'd go do it, because I know he's gonna pay me money afterwards. That is my money source. So, because at the end of the day, all that matters to me is being able to do dumb projects, so I need more money. And also switching jobs. That also matters. Switching jobs in my career. Because where I'm at right now, I chose the lowest bar for entry. So that means I'm going to have to deal with all the lowest bar for bullshit. I mean, on one end, Trump is on the other, and it is money. Yeah. Money. I mean, I don't really want to bring up his name since it's too political now for me. However, it does, you know, he does pay me, so, like, I mean, like, ever since he got in, like, I'm literally, they changed pay when he got in, which was amazing, because then I started getting paid, like, twice as much, and do you know how much? I really don't do that much. I haven't really done that much for my job, and I get paid twice as much as I used to. I mean, that's also because I've promoted and stuff in my time so far, but still haven't really done much. Like, I'm not even into my first year and I already know a lot. That's just because I'm smart. Most people aren't in the career I've chosen. Most people don't rub their brain cells together and go, I'm having a brainwave right now, hold on. Except I also don't say that, usually. Maybe in my head I say that. I might actually say that in my head, to be honest. And so when we build the next, so when we redo the what is it called, the bedrock ore processing setup, we're gonna make that the new Chudyak Industries. Okay, Chudyak Industries. It's gonna be a beautiful place where all of the, it's like Disneyland but for ore processing. It's gonna be good. I wonder what other things we can talk about that aren't like necessarily Minecraft related, but kind of are channel or like me adjacent. I was talking about something. I mean, I could just keep giving advice for people. It's free chicken, so if you take my advice on things, it's pretty useful, but... Oh yeah, I was talking about investing. I like to talk about that too. That is money related, and I like money, so... But lately I've been investing a lot, and I talked about that last stream a little bit. Maybe like a lot for last stream, but... Yesterday I finally got my funds settled and moving in, so like... Been putting in quite a bit. Like, everybody should have some plan for when they retire. This is another thing that I'm really trying to make sure that, like, my audience, like, is thinking about these things. Because I know a lot of younger people watch my videos. And so I'm, you know, if I provide a tool for other people to be like, oh, hey, I should be thinking about this, that's a good thing. Because that is kind of like a... Kind of want to make changes to the world, but not necessarily through super big influence or like I don't know how to explain it. Just want to do the right thing for people, so that way they know, hey, this is what I should look at when I'm doing this thing. Because see, if I do that, it's the right thing to do. And at the end of the day, the right thing to do, make sure that everybody who I know in my audience is thinking, well, I don't want to be working until I'm 70. Because you don't have to. It's not a thing you have to do. You can retire early if you want to. If you can make the funds to do so. So I'm going to need a new Purex machine right here in this area. But we'll figure that out in a minute. Then I also have to tear down all of this. We're going to set to vein miner here. Or AoE. Like, see, I'm working on 2 different retirement plans, basically. Like, one of them is a longer term kind of thing, and the other one's a shorter term. So, like, my longer term one's going to be just my career stuff, and then my other one is my investments, which can technically also be long term. But basically, I just hold shares of different stocks and mutual funds. I actually don't even really... I need to really do some research this weekend on stocks and things when I go to do my stuff for that. About Hightail? Oh, they make... they're making the... Okay, so that's interesting that you bring that up. I do know a little bit about this. So Hightail took the Xbox 360 edition of Minecraft, which they did... Is this the same... am I correct in that, right? That's what you're talking about? Or is Hightail a server? Because I've heard of Hightail before. I just can't think of... Were they the people who took the Xbox 360 version and then they're just porting that to PC? I'm talking about, like, Xbox 360 edition of Minecraft, by the way. Because if they did that... Like, they're working on that. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's... Yeah, I know a little bit about this. So, yeah, I'd kind of have a talking base if it's that. But if it's not, then I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so, yeah, they took the console edition from the Xbox 360... Right, they made that originally. So they were working with 4J Studios or whoever made that. And then they ported, at the same time that they were working on that, they were making their own game. Open beta. I don't know if I should jump on it, because it's, like, okay. I couldn't really get into another game right now, but I would jump in on it for the bandwagon. And also to get the views and stuff. Like, if it's gonna be super popular and stuff, I need to hop on that bandwagon. So I kind of need some people watching and poking around and being like, okay, is this gonna be worth it? Yeah, but that... Okay, so it also means it's gonna be a high competition environment. So I need to configure... or I need to be aware of these 2 aspects of it, so... Yes, it's going to technically be an opportunity. And then the other thing, I don't know, it is an open beta. I wonder what the cost for this is. Oh, I do get paid today. Okay. Well, let's take a look. I don't know, it looks kind of young. Game. Wait, Hightail is saved. What is this about? It literally is Minecraft, but like, yeah. Modding strategy and status. I don't think you can beat Minecraft though. I don't think you can beat it. This doesn't... No, well... Okay, here's how you can beat Minecraft, right? We all... Okay. We all know that Minecraft is terrible in the modern versions. But you can't beat 112 and below. You can beat 113 and up because they all are shitty. They run shitty in Java Edition. Keywords in Java Edition. So, for anybody watching this later or after the fact, pay attention to my words. very clearly, I'm going to make a few bullet points and explain. First, you can beat Minecraft's performance for Java, especially the newer versions. Second, you can beat Minecraft's audience on the modern versions because the modern versions are unenticing and have little to no appeal for some, well, for most new people. It's hard to get into the game because there's a lot of stuff, and so that's why it's actually a viable to compete with the modern versions of the game. If you tried to compete, okay, here's the next one. If you try to compete with older versions of the game, you will not be able to win because most people who play those older versions play mods. Actually, there is a mod or something that someone has been making that actually expands more modern stuff. Never happened. Don't remember what it was called, though. I'm just saying those are my bullet points for why I don't think Hytale could beat old Minecraft, but I think it's definitely going to be able to compete with the newest versions of the game. Because the newest versions of the game, like, the modded community is not going to pull in new players, right? The modded community gets new players from people who play the modern version and go, oh wow, I want to play some HBM mod, but I can't because it's on 1.7.10. Shit, I gotta go back 7,000 updates. And that's like your 6-year-old children who are just hopping on Minecraft for their first time and going, wow, I want to play HBM because fish play HBM. And then they realize that it's not, the version of Minecraft is not anything like their version of Minecraft. But my audience isn't 6-year-olds. For the most part. At least I don't know if it is. I don't think I've actually had people that young in my audience for a while. Like, when I was younger... Holy crap, I've been doing this for like 6 years now. Holy shit. But when I was younger, I did have a younger audience. Now that I'm older and swear more, my audience is older and more mature. So, that's good. Because I don't really want to have people that young in my audience. It's 4:29. That means I have quite a bit of time still until I have to do whatever I have to do today. I actually don't even know how today's going to work. Because, okay, so I'm going to have to show up. And then everybody's going to go do their stuff. And then I don't know what I'm doing. But I guess I just show up and then we'll figure it out. That's how it is usually. Just show up and figure everything out. See what the heck is going on. Because nobody tells you anything in advance, and if I were to ask, then, well, I have to rely on somebody else who probably doesn't know the answer to ask. And they might not even ask for me, so what the heck is the point in asking? That's a meteor. Yeah, I think Hytale could be a competitor. I want to see what it takes to get this, though. Early release to be announced in the coming days. How we got here, blah, 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 blah. That's on November 17th, 2025. Download. It's free? Download for Windows. I hope this is the right thing and not something else. Because Hytale Launcher Installer. Yes. This wizard guide will guide you through the process of installing this shit. Hold on. Let me pop it up. Choose install location. Yeah, just do the default one. Program files. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Install. Okay, 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 okay. Next. Start Hytale Launcher. Now, what's the pricing on this shit? $30? Please sign in or create a Hytale account to continue. I assume it would be free. Okay, now, This is the part I'm not going to show you guys in case there's sensitive information. Give me a few seconds. Sign in with Epic Games, sign in with Google. Yes, we'll sign in with Google. Yes, choose that one. Continue. Age verification. Sensitive information, I cannot say. Because then if you knew this information, you could steal my identity. Save. Continue. Email. No, I don't want to receive more fucking newsletters. I have read all of these, even though I haven't. I've read your TOS and your PP, privacy policy. Verify account. I have to go to Gmail. I hope I have some sponsorship emails coming in from Gmail. Please send me more. Well, send me some. I haven't received any. This stream was sponsored by Half-Life 57. I love verification emails. Confirm. Please make sure that blah blah blah. Shut up. Let me do this. Okay, so I've done that. No, don't log me out. I'm literally the king of Minecraft at this time. Set a password. It doesn't fucking set a password by default. Adding a password account will require you to set up two-factor authentication and backup codes. We recommend not adding a password and continuing to sign in with your linked providers. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that dumb shit then. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna fucking not do that. So I guess that I made an account. It is still in beta. Send him at least a sponsorship. He needs it, you all. Yeah, they won't do that, probably, because I do not have the audience for that. So we just need to work on... We, as a community, should just build the audience. It is a real thing. Okay. Please make sure that you have the Hightail launcher. Oh, yes. This account hasn't purchased the game yet. You can pre-purchase Hightail at... So I need to pre-purchase it? I'm guessing the open beta probably needs me to... The game. So where's the purchase button? Purchase. Should be a big red button that says, buy now. They don't really know how to market a game. So they have pre-purchase, standard, which gives you game access. Exclusive. Username reservation lock on all of them. And then, oh dear. I've already got a little bit of concern here, but... Here, let me go ahead and show you all what I'm talking about. I'm not really super concerned with this, but this does kind of seem a little bit... But you have your Forest Guardian set, Voyager set, Savannah Scout set. And then, like, look at this. They get more sets for these guys. Which, yeah, that makes sense, but... I don't really like that necessarily, in my opinion. That's kind of not something I would be super, wanting to do. See, if I could get the game for like $5 without all of this extra stuff, I'd definitely do that. I don't really want to buy it right now. Maybe this weekend. This kind of, gives me vibes I don't really like. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna get this for now. We'll just keep this on my post-it note in the mind of us. Yeah, I don't really necessarily... You have to buy skins. see, if you all have seen the TH3 Fish original skin that I've been using since too long ago, it's literally just Herobrine with an Adidas tracksuit. Which is like the dumbest shit of all time, but absolutely beautiful. And I've been using that for the channel's inception since then. I actually might have been using Steve's skin originally, but... And it's supposed to be like branding, but I don't know. It doesn't really brand. It's not branding. So this is where the next one of those things is gonna go, in here. But what I'm gonna... So I will check it out, so you guys can see that. I'm just not a big fan of it not... Does it have custom skin support? Like, if it doesn't have that, like, I'm not... I think you're already losing out on how you could even potentially beat Minecraft is with that custom skin support. Like, the simplicity of Minecraft is a lot of the capability. You don't even need to be good at, like, coding or anything to put new textures in the game. There's a lot of guides and information on it already. Like, you're competing with something that already exists. So you're... I mean, they got the streamer base, which is good, sounds like. Sounds like they got the streamer base, at least. But they're not gonna be... I don't think they're gonna be able to pull it off. Unless with modern versions. Like, that's the only way they could pull it off. Because the modern versions, they get worse and worse. And then also, people who don't necessarily like predatory mojang. Doesn't even have mixing or anything yet. Yeah, so like... That's kind of... But then again, it's still an open beta, right? Modding. Yeah. But they have a modding plan at least. So that means they're thinking about it. Because that's the biggest audience. The biggest audience is the modding community. Because well, I would say it's the modding community. Well, actually it is. You know how many people play Minecraft mods? So many people. Because you play the vanilla version and it's just so blank and boring. Everybody's played it. You just mine blocks. Do stuff. Not really a point in this. But then this older version is better. I'm gonna make a Purex now. Because Purex is love. Purex is life. This is a real process. For those who don't know, you can actually download the Purex process from the interwebs. Let me show you guys how to do that, just so you all know how to download Purex from the interwebs. Just for the joke of it, actually. Alright, guys. Today I'm going to teach you a tutorial how to download Purex process. Purex process. No, well, actually, that's pretty cool. I like Wikipedia, but this is your link. Office of Scientific Technical Information. OSTI. And here you go. Now, here's your wonderful, wonderful Purex process by General Electric in April 8th, 1957. This is a process for using nitric acid and solvent to process down your nuclear waste. And a lot of chemistry in this shit. Here you go. You're welcome. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the video. Also, it was brought up by Epic at some point until they brought it back like a month ago. Bought by Oh. Oh. So that's why it's kind of weird. Okay, that's why it's kind of got some weirdness going on there, like it's Fortnite. Trying to sell me skins and shit. But at the same time, yeah, the skins come with the game. But I feel like this is kind of the same kind of thing that befalls the Bedrock edition. But, so on the Bedrock edition, you have all of the skins and stuff. And people are like... You have, like, the Bedrock Marketplace, and, like, you know, you pay money for that. Like, you don't want to pay money for that. People are like, oh, well, This is trash and shit. And at the same time, that's kind of how I see the Hytale game. Is like, they already have that kind of marketplace building. It's just seeing if, like, what happens. Because people, it could become, like, a money-making thing, honestly. And I don't really necessarily like my games to have, like, oh, here, go pay money so you can get some sick skins in it. I really don't like playing games like that anymore. I used to play Crossout a lot. But now I'm older, I'm like, if I play that game, it just doesn't have the same appeal it used to have. So like games where you pay money for shit, pay to win games, it could be like that, but it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be pay for skin, pay to skin, pay to mod. I feel like that's a downfall for that, if it potentially happens that way. Why is there so many assembly machines in here? What the heck happened to... Where do we get those? I mean, yeah, I know about that one. But where do we get these other ones? What the heck? What the heck? Shit. Why is he backwards now? Well, look at his skin changed. I don't remember him looking like this, but I think your skin looks pretty nice. Pay to look cool, yeah. But that's like, you could really easily market that kind of to like a certain demographic of people, you know? Like, again, it all goes down to children with their mom's credit cards or stuff like that. And I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't really care. I don't really have much empathy. So like if somebody does stuff like that, I don't know. But if it was me, I'd be like, nah, I'm not really interested. You've already lost me at, oh, this guy has a cool skin, and I have jack shit, because I cannot make Adidas Steve. Put my Steve Minecraft skin in the game. But, at the same time, who knows? We don't really have an idea of what that looks like. At least I don't. That is my State of the Onion address for Hytale. What is today? Wednesday? Ah, yes, Wednesday. And on Wednesdays, that means that it's halfway to the end of the week. But, oh, dang it. I got Friday. I'm like, shit. If the parents do that, it is on them. Yeah. But, like, still, I don't really know. It's, you know, like, it's kind of like Fortnite, except, like, Fortnite came up with that model of selling skins, almost. Or, like, actually, it might have been COD. COD might have done that. COD might have started off selling skins. So, somewhere, somehow, somebody came up with the model of selling skins. Which is okay. It's not bad. It's not pay to win. However, it kind of falls into the model of, I paid for a game, why am I having to buy stuff for it still? Which with Fortnite, it makes sense. The game's free. With any, like, free games, yeah, you need a model to monetize it. But, if you pay money for the game, why would you have a model to monetize the game afterwards? Paid to play, why pay after for that as well? So, like, that's the argument I think I would make. That's the reason I kind of feel like it's not necessarily great. But at the same time, again, I haven't seen what kind of marketing baloney they have or what kind of monetization model. So I can't really say much about it. I can at least say that they're selling, maybe the skins are like limited time for like, you know, people who buy the higher price ones. Again, that kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel like, I think I'm just gonna stop talking about it because I don't really know yet. I don't have enough information sourced. I just heard about this. I literally just heard about this, and I'm already going, I don't know about this. But at the same time, I'm losing my focus on the Purex machine. This one. Purex. Right next to Chem Plant. And they look about the same. Anyway, so maybe they work the same. this weekend, one of my projects needs to be the new stream. So on Friday night, or not the new stream, the next video for the streams, because that's my current goal, is getting those pushed out so I can get a bigger audience. Is so popular is because it's a competitor against Minecraft. Yeah, I guess that could make sense. I mean, if it's a competitor against Minecraft, I mean, you're competing. It's like if you created a new company to compete with, what's a good one? Disney. Like, you're not gonna be able to compete with them. They have more money. But, again, there's always the but, because there's a lot of things to consider. Hytale has had a good start, as it looks like. Looks like they are pretty smart. Looks like they are pretty smart. Those people who make Hytale are kind of geniuses or something. Oh, the or something part's important. Because somehow they have come up with the way to do it. That's the only reason I've seen people are hyping up. Yeah, well, it's kind of also like keywords, like buzzwords almost. Like if you go, oh, this Minecraft competitor just got released. And then it's like, huh? What is this Minecraft competitor? Then you've got your audience there. A lot of psychology goes into trying to get that thumbnail and stuff. So that way you can market. Where's the BTX made? Here? Why is it not making no BTX? Shit's clogged. No. It's clogged with bitumen. Bitumen makes me crazy. I was bitumen once. Use my protactinium. Actinium. Like, you gotta be outrageous, kinda. That gets you a lot of psychology points there. Outrageous. Really appeals to people who are like some kind of, what do you call it? I don't know. At least with politics, being outrageous with a headline, that's the way to go. Because then you sell that shit. Like politics, newspapers, it used to be like, that would be a very good business model. But, of course, I guess nowadays, I don't know how that works. Because I bet, like, you could be, like, a competitive news writer, like a journalist, and be like, I don't know, maybe someday I'll be a journalist. I'll write fake news. I'll write fake news. I mean, like, technically, it could be both. You're selling somebody's opinion, or like or selling some outrageous headline. Then you compete based on that. Because then they'd be like, oh, well, this is a really talented journalist here who can write some outrageous headlines for you. People like that kind of thing. Outrageous. Out of the norm. This is not making any unsaturated hydrocarbons. Gonna work for the onion? Maybe. Hey, you gotta make that living somehow. Now, if I became a journalist, I would travel to, like, dangerous countries. Like, I'd head to, like, Africa and be like, here we can see the African Civil War in first person, and, like, there's guns and shit shooting. Like, it was started by blah, 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 and, this guy who, was really upset one day because this other tribal leader stepped on his toe. And so now they're fighting over the local resources and land in this area. That's the kind of journalism I would do. I wouldn't care about stuff here. I'd go to other places. You can find some cool shit to do. Like, you could go to Cuba and be like, dang, this place is, I'm not supposed to be here. How the heck am I gonna get out of here alive? But don't worry, I'm resourceful. I'm a pretty resourceful guy. I kind of have to be. Kind of learned that. A lot of times you can use your brain cells to escape dangerous situations and stuff. It's still clogged with heavy oil. You gotta be kidding me. I kind of need this rubber now. Industrial oil is the problem. No! Shit. That was very out of the pocket. With the some guy stepped on his toe thing. Yeah. I mean, I think it would happen. I think some guy would step on that guy's toe. Here we have a Shirahad. The political leader for the armed forces of Saudi Arabia. He's fighting against... insert another name here. He's fighting against the local corruption or something. Well, actually, I couldn't say that. That wouldn't be great. What I would say would probably be more like... because if you say local corruption, then it's like kind of biased in his favor. But he's fighting against the local tribes. Something. I don't really know Middle Eastern names. Or any names. I can't make shit up for a good joke, so that's unfortunate. But at least it is kind of out of pocket. Unexpected. But yeah, if I was to be a journalist, I would do that. Just go to some foreign country and be like, someplace I'm not supposed to go because you might not get back, you know? Some dangerous places. There's good places out there. I like the adrenaline rush, so... And you all know I could swim back, probably, in one piece. Well, you all don't know that, but I might be able to. I can summon some strings to pull. If I'm a genius. But that's what I would do if I was a journalist. I'd be genius. Make billions that way. I thought this was me for a sec. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh dear. Well, I thought that was me for a second. I was like, HBM finally added me. Pull up to... Yeah. There was actually some Australians who did that. Now, I wouldn't... That's kind of dangerous, I'm not gonna lie, because... You see, that's still an active kind of battle. It's just not as... like... See, if you think the Cold War ended, I think you're wrong. Because... I think it's just continued. It's just we destroyed our first enemy, and then the thing that replaced it is still there. Because Russia is just a continuation of the previous stuff. It's just got a different... It's the same, but different kind of methodology of explaining that. And if you look at everything we've done, including the Ukraine conflict, which we definitely have had involvement with, supplying them with arms and things, you can kind of start drawing strings and going, or well, drawing a picture and going, look at this. Why is this happening and stuff? You can start kind of drawing this picture of every conflict that happens in the world. Either we are pulling strings in it so we can get out Russia, like 90% of the time, especially in the 21st century. A lot of ever since the 90s, basically. Since the 90s, we've been pulling strings to get at Russia from, and like I'm not qualified to even explain that. I can just say we've been doing it. But there is a guy who has explained it, although I'm not sure necessarily if I trust that guy. He seems to be very pro Russian and stuff, which I don't know if that's trustable, because that could also be, see, there's this thing I like to call one side says one thing and the other side says another thing. If one side is saying, oh, XYZ thing about this side, well, you might have a problem. But if they're giving you facts like, oh, well, we did this, we did that, they did this, they did that, which is kind of what he did give. He did give, kind of, that. Enough of that to where I'm like, okay. But that doesn't mean I think that the other side's correct for, well, you know, like, see, we might have been going out and, like, pretty much actively funding groups against them, but I also don't think that because of that, they're completely innocent, because they probably have... See, it's a matter of national interest at that point. I think that's what it is. That's, I think, meaning I don't actually know, and I'm speculating, so... It's a matter of national interest to the United States to actually probably go do... or to tamper in the plans of Russia. Which does align and make a lot of sense if you look at everything we do. And our way of life versus theirs. And everything like that. Especially considering how it's getting there with a lot of state censorship and stuff. Because that is a thing that's happening there. They are actually trying to push through with that. I mean, there will always be a natural bias leaning one side or another. I mean, yeah, true. True, definitely. It's just like, it's kind of like, you can kind of tell when it's kind of over the top kind of bias. For me, I feel like I do a good job of trying to stay in the middle. Trying to stay in the middle. No, why am I making this? We don't need to make that. I don't want to be in the middle of Russia, Ukraine. That's not where I want to be in the middle of. So I'm just saying that. However, I will say that I think there's a lot of things to look at with that. So if you're thinking about that, you should be looking at all of the things going on there. And like, there's a reason I'm not going to like... I'm probably never going to do a fundraiser in that. Like, I thought about it. I'm like, if I do that, like, now knowing what I know, I go, well, then I'm just funding them. I don't really need that. I was thinking about doing that, but I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. And you can see a lot of things there. A lot of people say a lot of things. I cannot say anything. I'm going to not say anything. Because that's too much politics for me, for one day. But I can say that there's probably some involvement and stuff going on there. There's a reason for that as well. It's of great interest. I mean, especially because it weakens them. Especially economically. I'm going to end at 510 for me. So that will be... It'll probably be 410 for you. But it's, yeah. I mean, if I was to look for something to donate to, I don't know what I would even do. Like, if I wanted to have a charity. But I don't really want to have a charity. I can't do that. Well, maybe I could. See, if I had a charity, I would also donate to it myself. To get that tax write-off, you know what I mean? Especially because, well, I started making more money and spending less. So, I'm probably not getting a tax return. Although, I'm not sure how that impacts a tax return. I'm not a tax expert. I actually need to network to other people who have those kind of expertise. So, to anybody who might have expertise that I'm going to need to network to, please feel free to reach out and let me know for people watching after the fact, as well as you all now. I don't know what kind of expertise you all have, but I am networking to others with expertise. As always. It's important, because then I'll have more capabilities. What is going on here? Why do I need, what do I need to do? Okay, so what I need to do, head over to here. Soyjack Industries has the answer. I know we haven't really done shit today. I haven't been able to focus, but I've also just been talking, and that's pretty nice. Maybe tonight I'll do another stream so I can... I don't know. I could start working on the next video, because that's going to be... Those are marketable. I can easily sell those. Not sell them, but like, get them out there, you know what I mean? Push them through. Hello. And, you've, kind of came in at the wrong time because the stream's about to end. But, it's okay. It's not all hope is lost. Because I'm currently lost in the sauce trying to find my gold. 198. I think it's in this box here. This box, if I pick it up, will kill me instantly. Here, give me 40. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. No. Give me 20. No. Give me 10. There. Fuck. Okay, guys. Don't pick up 40 of it. Because 40 is too much. Oh, shit. Got like 5 minutes. Yeah, I got like 8. Okay, time to run. Sprint. I'm a level 2 schmuck because I died in the last episode. Doing something dumb, probably. Ugh. That's right, get it out there. Come on. Let's do this shit. Radioactive static flavor. What I want to do is get a CRT TV. That'd be cool. Own a CRT TV. I used to have one when I was a wee lad, as the people say. Okay, we're gonna drop it there. We're gonna go ahead and grab my nickel plates. You thought I was gonna say something else, didn't you? Fucking, goofy, humor, right? Gonna grab my nickel plates from somewhere. Oh shit, no, fuck. Get this shit out of here. You have, yeah, I have 2. And I can't pick up 20 because it's like a lot of radiation. Do you all know where I even put the nickel plates at? Because I don't even remember that information. That was like 5 months ago, it feels like. Even though it was like yesterday. The glorious things you'll learn when you have to deal with time being weird. Car noises. Give me the fuck over to this shit. Where the hell is it hiding? Okay, maybe it's not there. Maybe it's inside the machine that's supposed to do this job. Yeah. Figures. It's in this one. Ah. Would you look at that? And do you see how many reds that is? It is like 750 for 3 of them. Or for 30, it's 7,500. So, of course, I'm going to suffer pain and radiation poisoning from this. But I need all of these so I can get everything back up and running. I think 18 will make 6. That's not a bad number to have. That's actually enough to power the entire plant right now. Send a swarm of pack rats to find it. Found it. I am the pack rat. I need my own file extension, guys. It's gonna be called .paq.pack. If I make my own file extension, it's gonna be that. That'd be like the nerdiest shit to have, is my own file extension. I need to own that now. So if anybody here has expertise in making your own file extensions, please help me make a .paq file extension for th3fish. Or .th3fish file extension. Guys, open the .th3fish file. It's got all of the information we need in it. What's 1 plus 2? Fish. Open the .fish. It will give you phishing emails every 2 hours. And everything's been redistributed correctly to where I now have extra RTG fuel. Oh my gosh, I just want to get that class done this week. Want to get it done. Nice. Got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes remaining. But the oil setup should be doing oil stuff, which means it should be oiling and making my unsaturated rubber, so I can make a rubber tube for whatever you think I could use a rubber tube for. Now this is clogged with reformant gas, but don't worry guys, I have a solution. Nerd emoji. Did you intentionally create the RBMK pieces for it? For irradiating, the gold 198? That's just sitting there from, when we used to make solvent using... What the hell? Look at that shit. They're about to... The planets are about to collide. Holy crap. What the hell? Whoa. We're about to see 2 planets align with each other. That's weird. Holy shit, you know somebody who can do that? You know some absolute nerd. Well, that's perfect, because I'm... Oh, for the liquidator metal? Yeah, we just blew that shit up. That's usually what we do in every playthrough. I need to deal with this reformant gas right now, but I don't know where my stuff is. I need a tube. Quick! Get me the tube! Well, you need to get me into contact with that nerd, because I need to speak with this nerd right now. Well, not right now, but later. Maybe this weekend. Need to speak with this nerd. Learn a thing or two. Gotta do some learning, you know? Well, that's actually sick. Yeah. Because then... Well, you see, if you have nerds as friends... That's the... You know, you get that way, you get a lot of capabilities. It's great. And somebody who you can make fun of. And call them, or send them chud emojis. Or chud. Hang on a second. What in the tarnations is going on here? Do that. Well, I will talk to him at some point in the near future. Anyway, before I end today's stream, for all of the people who are here, if you don't have this link already, this is the Discord link. It's going to break by tomorrow, so here you go. Enjoy, and I'm going to go ahead and leave for the day. So, I'll see you all in the next one.